Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. Recently, a big thing happened in Germany. They actually dismantled the 5G components of Huawei and ZTE. This is really surprising. You know, Huawei and ZTE's 5G technology is the world's leading. Isn't it obvious that Germany is doing this to make things difficult for its own network communications? However, let's not rush to draw conclusions. Let's first listen to what happened. It turns out that the German government decided to dismantle some of the installed Huawei and ZTE 5G components for security reasons. They are worried that these devices may have security risks and will pose a threat to the country's network communications. This made the German telecommunications companies anxious. They spent a lot of money to buy these devices. Now they are dismantling them, and the loss is not small. Moreover, it will cost a lot of manpower and material resources to dismantle these devices, which is simply a waste of money. Of course, the telecommunications companies were unwilling to give up, and they began to look for solutions everywhere. Finally, they decided to directly purchase a large number of domestic equipment to replace the dismantled Huawei and ZTE 5G components. Oh, this telecommunications company is really bold. By doing this, they not only solved their own urgent needs, but also gave domestic equipment an opportunity to show their strength. You know, China's 5G technology is now also the world's leading, and domestic equipment is not inferior to foreign brands in performance and quality. As soon as this happened, people were talking about it. Some people said that Germany did this for security reasons, and we can understand it. After all, network security is a big problem, and we can't be careless. However, some people also said that Germany's behavior is a bit like crossing the river and demolishing the bridge. They used to cooperate well with Huawei and ZTE, but now they suddenly say they will demolish them. Isn't this disheartening? However, I think people still have to look at this objectively. After all, every country has its own security considerations and interests. Germany did this for its own national interests. We can't just blame them, but should look at this issue rationally. Moreover, I think this is also an opportunity for China. China's 5G technology is so advanced now, and domestic equipment is not inferior to foreign brands in performance and quality. Germany's removal of Huawei and ZTE 5G components just gave Chinese equipment an opportunity to show its strength. We must seize this opportunity to let more people know the advantages and strength of Chinese equipment. 2. What are the considerations behind telecom companies' large-scale purchase of domestic equipment? Let's talk about why telecom companies purchase domestic equipment in large quantities. In fact, they do this for many reasons. First, they have to consider the cost issue. It takes a lot of manpower and material resources to remove Huawei and ZTE 5G components, which is a considerable expense. If you buy foreign brand equipment again, the cost will be even higher. Therefore, they choose to purchase domestic equipment to reduce costs and losses. Secondly, they have to consider performance and quality issues. Although domestic equipment may not be as well known as foreign brands, it is not inferior to them in performance and quality. Moreover, domestic equipment has price advantages and is more cost-effective. Therefore, telecom companies choose to purchase domestic equipment to ensure the performance and quality of network communications. Finally, they have to consider political factors. You know, the current international situation is complex and changeable, and trade wars and technology wars are emerging endlessly. If telecom companies continue to rely on foreign brands of equipment, it will be a big trouble if these equipment are sanctioned or cut off one day. Therefore, they choose to purchase domestic equipment to reduce political risks and ensure the stability of their business. 3. Can domestic equipment take on the heavy responsibility? Let's talk about whether domestic equipment can take on the heavy responsibility. I think Chinese equipment is fully capable of taking on this heavy responsibility. First of all, China's 5G technology is now the world's leading. We have made major breakthroughs and achievements in 5G standard formulation, technology research and development, and industrial applications. Chinese equipment is not inferior to foreign brands in performance and quality, and even better in some aspects. Secondly, Chinese equipment also has price advantages. China's manufacturing industry is very developed and the production cost is relatively low. Therefore, Chinese equipment has a great advantage in price. This is a big benefit for telecom companies. They can buy equipment with good performance and quality at a lower price, so why not? Finally, we have to talk about the service advantages of domestic equipment. Chinese companies pay great attention to customer service. If telecom companies choose domestic equipment, they can enjoy more considerate and thoughtful services. This is very important for the stability and development of their business. 4. What impact does this have on people? Let's talk about the impact of this on people. In fact, this has a great impact on people. First of all, if domestic equipment can successfully replace the dismantled Huawei and ZTE 5G components, our network communication will be more stable and reliable. When we use mobile phones and surf the internet, we will no longer have problems with poor signals and network jams. This is very important for our lives and work. Secondly, this matter can also promote China's economic development. China's 5G technology and equipment are now leading the world. If more countries choose to use our equipment and technology, our economy will develop further. This is a big benefit for people. Our living standards will also be improved. Finally, this matter can also enhance China's international status and influence. China's 5G technology and equipment are now the focus of global attention. If we can successfully replace the dismantled Huawei and ZTE 5G components, and let more people know the advantages and strengths of our equipment, our international status and influence will be further enhanced. This is very important for China's development. In general, although Germany's dismantling of Huawei and ZTE 5G components is a bit regrettable and unsatisfactory, we must also see the opportunities and challenges. Chinese equipment is now the world's leading and is fully capable of taking on this task. I look forward to Chinese equipment being able to shine in this challenge. Let more people know the advantages and strengths of our equipment. At the same time, I also hope that China can continue to increase its R&D investment and innovation in 5G technology and equipment, so that China's equipment and technology will be more advanced and more reliable. Make greater contributions to China's economic development and international status.